Hola, buenas tardes. Good afternoon. How's it going? This is Valencia, Spain. On the eastern side of the country and the western end of the Mediterranean Sea, the third largest city in Spain. Today is May 19th. It is currently 70 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 21 degrees Celsius. A very pleasant day here in the middle of May. So I'm assuming that that is the tower that you can go up next to the cathedral. I decided to skip it just because there is so much to see still ahead of us, including another tower, the Torres de Serranos. This way, a few minutes. The Torres de Serranos. The Serrans Gate or Serranos Gate, also known as Serrans Towers or Serranos Towers, is one of the 12 gates that formed part of the ancient city wall, the Christian wall of the city of Valencia, Spain. It was built in Valencian Gothic style at the end of the 14th century between 1392 and 1398. Its name is probably due to its location in the northeast of the old city center, making it the entry point for the Royal Road connecting Valencia with the comarca or district of Els Serrans, along the road going northwest towards the mountains around Teruel and eventually leading to Saragossa, as well as the entry point for the Royal Road to Barcelona. So here it is. Really spectacular. The old gate into the walled city. So if these walls continued, presumably they did, going all the way around the city, this thick, you can understand why, after centuries of being dominated by the Arabs, and we have some stairs here, so let's do the climb here, see how high up we can go and what sort of a view. So we are inside the tower now, but not at the top. This is just the ticket office, where you get the ticket to go up these stairs and up the tower.
Alysha, no, yo tengo niños. Stop.
So, I'm going to speculate here that what you're looking at here is where the wall continued. So you have the larger tower, and then the wall around the city wasn't as wide, but I confirmed with the lady there that in fact it was a wall that circled the entire city. And here you can see it was obviously broken off here. Still quite thick. Wow, just an incredible, incredible city. But no sight of the Mediterranean. It is right out there, and I definitely want to see it. There is much, much more to see of the city. This, as you can see, of course, is the older part of the city. There is a much newer part of the city that looks really, really interesting, about halfway to the coast. So let's get over there one way or another. I can walk it. There's a metro. There are buses. Let's figure it out. So the bridge that I showed, looking at the Serrano Towers, looked like it was going over a river. And in fact, it used to be. This here was the river Turia flowing through the city, which was rerouted and drained because of a catastrophic flood in 1957 and then turned into a park. Ahead there you have some more modern looking buildings, and here is part of the City of Arts and Sciences, a massive and expensive project constructed from 1998 to 2009. A series of several different futuristic looking buildings. There you can see Ciutat de las Arts y las Ciencias, City of the Arts and Sciences. And that is a unique building there. And so you can see there, taquillas, box office. Visitas guiadas, guided tours. So you have 3 different languages there. English, of course, on the right, and then Spanish and Valencian, which is similar to Catalan, a language of this region, which, as you can see, certainly closely resembles Spanish, at least some of the words. But I have been noticing the different spelling. For example, ciutat instead of ciudad. So it is a language that I know next to nothing about, other than it is another Romance language associated with Italian, Spanish, French. So a line going inside there. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's walk through the park here and see more of this very impressive and interesting modern part of the city. Ruzafa bike rent. Ruzafa is a part of the city that had been recommended to visit. I'll try to get over there as well. There's a lot to see. This city is just blowing my mind. Definitely one of the nicest cities that I've been to in the world. It is up there. So kind of a funny thing happened in the course of catching that taxi. It was about a 45-minute walk from the Torres de Serranos to here. So I decided to catch the taxi, save my legs a bit there. And so right near the gate there was a spot for taxis to stop. So I was standing there and taxis were going by, some of them full. And then one of them pulled up to me. And then right then I realized that there was a group of ladies, or 2 ladies, just down the street, 15 feet or whatever, who had been waiting for a taxi as well. And I wasn't sure if they had been waiting there before me. And they were kind of walking towards the taxi like they were going to catch it. And so I told them to go ahead and take it. And then one of the ladies asked me a question, and I heard the word donde, which is where. And I thought that she was asking me, where am I from? And so I said, Estados Unidos, United States. And then they both laughed because she'd been asking me, where are you going? Like, where are you trying to go in the taxi? And then I realized my mistake. And corrected myself and said, Ciutat de las Arts. And then she started talking with the taxi driver, and so I realized that she might be saying I could take the same taxi with them. And so they got in the taxi and then indicated that I could come in it as well. And so I got in the front seat there. And then I don't quite understand what happened next, because then they were saying something and I thought, oh, there's another taxi right behind us, and they seemed to be indicating the other taxi, and so I thought that they were saying you can catch that one. So I started to get out, and then the taxi driver was saying stay here, and then they got out of the taxi and caught that other taxi. So not sure where the miscommunication was or whatever, but it all worked out in the end. €8 for that taxi ride. Pretty reasonable. Palau de les Arts. Interesting, that is the name of a country, Palau. Whoa. Look at this. What a trip. I've never seen one of those before. It's like a motorized stand-up paddleboard. De Mexico. And here we are at the marina. That water is looking nice. Looking forward to jumping into it out at the islands, where it will be cleaner and clearer, I'm sure. Flight tomorrow at noon for $106 US, about 100 euros. Just bought it yesterday. Great deal and a lot quicker than a ferry. I took a ferry once from Barcelona to Ibiza, which is a longer distance, and it was overnight. It was in December. It was rough waters. The ferry was pitching all over the place. It was not a pleasant experience. Not that I am averse to ferries in general, though. Love a good ferry. But a 45-minute flight will be a nice express way to get to paradise. So the beach is out here. So we have two different flags here. On the right, the flag of Spain. On the left, the flag of Valencia. So Valencia is both a city and an autonomous community. It is kind of like a state within Spain. And everywhere that I have been so far on this trip in Spain has been within the Valencian community. Flew into Alicante and then made my way from there north up the coast to Valencia here. And here we have the beach, and it is a big one. I wasn't sure what to expect, but this is pretty impressive. A pretty classic beach scene here. How do you choose a restaurant when there are like hundreds of them? It just keeps going. Ferry out there, or a cruise ship. That is one way to get to Ibiza. Take a ferry. So it looks like this is actually the end of the restaurant line. The boardwalk keeps on going this way. I think I'm going to just walk right down there, see what the view is like from there, and then come back, find a restaurant. So the boardwalk keeps on going, beach keeps on going, more of the city out there, but I think this is basically going to be the end of the video. It has turned into a long one. There is of course much more of the city to explore, but that gives you the idea. A very, very nice, interesting city with a heck of a lot going on. Just steeped in history and culture and art and science. And food. That's what I'm thinking about now. Let's go find some.